Welcome to Out Pocket with Michael Davis. If you see who's on the screen with me, it is not Drew Code Sports Talk because this is Out Pocket, but you guys can watch my appearance on Drew Code Sports Talk from earlier today. Me and him had a great conversation, and we're not alone for NFL picks. I'm bringing in Cody from Drew Code Sports Talk in addition to the guy who dropped quick hits earlier today, podcast _ Smitty, Shannon Smith. And then we also have a Giants fan, not the one we've been seeing the last few weeks. I had Jason on yesterday in addition to Chris. They predicted college football games with me. So I had to bring in another Giants fan to predict the NFL games this weekend. I got my boy Austin from Sniz Fantasy Football. Guys, it is a great time. I am logging on to ESPN to find all the games that we're going to predict, find the Vegas lines, and then I saw the news that just now the Baltimore Ravens waiving Deontay Johnson. So that was quite the shock to me when I opened that up. But Deontay Johnson waived, so he's going to be a free agent if he clears waivers. The Ravens have also rolled out Nelson Aguilar for this weekend's game, and we are going to predict that Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers Saturday game. It is on tomorrow at 4:30. And so if you guys are new to our NFL picks, we just go around roundtable style and tell us who is going to win. So I am going to start with the guy I was on Drew Code Sports Talk with earlier today. I'm going to ask Cody, you got the Steelers or you got the Ravens? Because this game could decide the AFC North winner.
You know what's funny is last night on the show, I think you and I picked the Ravens, and now hearing the news about Nelson Aguilar not being there, no Deontay Johnson now, I'm a little apprehensive now. I almost feel like the Ravens are a bit vulnerable, but I think what's different is this is in Baltimore, and you have Lamar Jackson that's coming off of a really stellar game last week. You have Derrick Henry now in the mix, which I think makes a world of difference. And another big thing, too, is for the Steelers, they don't have their number one weapon in George Pickens, and I just don't see enough of the secondary weapons for the Steelers, in my opinion, to be that much of a threat. So I think this is a close one, but I would have to side with the Ravens. I think they're going to come up with a victory in this one. They're going to tie the AFC North, and it's going to start their jump into potentially taking home the division when it didn't look like that a few weeks ago.
Austin, do you agree that the Ravens can win without any wide receivers?
I actually don't. I think the Steelers have the opportunity to do the funniest thing if they bring back Deontay Johnson first off. I think that would be great. But I do think the Steelers are going to take it. They usually squeak by on the Ravens. They seem to always have their number, and their defense it's good stuff. So I got the Steelers this week.
He's got the Steelers. Shannon, we're split right now. Where are you leaning?
Let me go ahead and break this tie right here and say that I'm going to be contradictory. I don't want quarterbacks winning the MVP this year if your name is not Josh Allen. But I will say this. What can you say about Lamar Jackson, man? 5 touchdowns last week. I think he's going to capitalize on that. I don't care how many receivers he's got. He's going to make some guys pay, make the punishment happen. Pittsburgh the rubber's meeting the road with Pittsburgh right now. Seeing who Pittsburgh really is, I think this is going to be a game where we find out who Pittsburgh is. And I think that they were pretending a little bit. So give me the Ravens in this game. It's going to be close. This is going to be a fight. But give me the Ravens in this game.
Now, Cody, you mentioned on Drew Code Sports Talk that people can go find on your YouTube channel that I did pick the Ravens because these teams usually split. That Deontay Johnson news really but they still have Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry. I think Lamar Jackson this year is better than his MVP year last year. In my personal opinion, dude has 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3,500 yards. He's protecting the ball, and obviously it helps with Derrick Henry in the backfield. I'm going to go Baltimore as well. I'm going to leave Austin as the lone wolf, make fun of him a little bit. But that's not the only Saturday game. We have the Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. As of now, I'm hearing that Patrick Mahomes is playing with a highly sprained ankle. Don't know why you would put your star quarterback, probably the best quarterback, in jeopardy so close to the playoffs. But, hey, they're giving it a whirl with the division in wraps. The Chiefs are hosting the Texans. Austin, how do you see this one panning out?
I want the Texans to win. I really do. I am one of Mahomes' biggest haters and the Chiefs' biggest haters, but they have this black voodoo magic that they keep rolling the dice and they keep hitting sixes. And I even with this high ankle sprain and everything going on, I still think they'll squeak it out somehow or another. It'll come down to a game-winning field goal. They'll win by less than a possession like they always do, and they'll squeak it out, and then everybody will be upset on Twitter. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs, though. Yeah.
He's taking the Chiefs probably in the most Chiefs fashion ever. Shannon, do you see that in your crystal ball?
Honestly, I think Houston's going to be doing really, really well. They're going to sneeze wrong, and Kansas City's going to win. I think that's what's going to happen here. Patrick Mahomes is going to do his thing. Houston's defense, now, on the other hand, let's not sleep on Houston's defense. They have a very good defense, but one thing I can say is that C.J. Stroud has had a little trouble keeping his receivers on the field. That will be something that is going to not be in his favor, but Kansas City's defense, I think, is going to be a deciding factor in this game. Give me Kansas City by a safety. I think they're going to win by 2 points.
Now, is this 2 points, or are the Chiefs going to have it tied, and then Houston's going to try for a game-win score, and then the Chiefs hit a safety? Is that what we're saying, or are we just saying 2 points?
I'm going to say the safety. I'm not going to rule the safety out because I don't know how Kansas City has won in so many ways this year. And it boggles my mind. Like, how do you do this? Like, how do you win like this? And I think I wouldn't be surprised if they done it. Not at all. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Cody, who are you leaning? I know you're a Raiders guy, so
yeah,
you're probably hoping for Houston.
I would love to pick Houston. I think I would if I thought CJ Stroud was having a better season than what we're seeing currently. I think I'll speak for the group in saying that we were probably anticipating CJ Stroud to really kind of take a pretty good leap forward after his rookie season and how he led the Houston Texans. It looked really well. I would probably be also siding with the Texans if, Stephon Diggs was not injured. And that's also a little bit worrisome for me because in order to beat the Chiefs, it's not really getting into the trenches and the defenses. You're going to have to outscore them and you're going to have to throw the ball. That's really the only way to get them on their heels. But Hollywood Brown is coming back after IR. They're going to try to get him implemented in the offense. Also, let's not forget, too, this is somewhat of a revenge game for DeAndre Hopkins. And I think knowing Andy Reid, knowing the Chiefs, they are going to do what they can to feed him the ball probably as much as possible within the first half to really separate themselves and utilize him a little bit more. And I would not be surprised if, and I'm going to choose the Chiefs, if the Chiefs win this game, I would not be surprised if the following 2 weeks or so, then they rest Patrick Mahomes. I truthfully think the reason why he's going to play this game is so that way they can almost clinch home field advantage or some sort of bye, because if they can get this win and they're 14-1, it's really putting a ton of pressure on the Bills to then go and get that first place seeding. And I don't think Kansas City is going to want that. I think they're going to go with that first round bye. So this is the game that they really need to put Houston away in order to clinch that. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
And maybe that win for Buffalo earlier this year against Kansas City is, kind of terrifying them a little bit. I trust the Chiefs in the playoffs more than the Buffalo Bills if we have that matchup. But you got to think like, hey, I don't want to go to Buffalo because we lost the tiebreaker there. I don't want to go to Buffalo in January, late January rather. So that might be impacting their decision. But guys, I keep putting the Kansas City Chiefs in my top quarter rankings that Cody finally acknowledged was the right decision. Sorry, Jason from Three from Deep.
Jason's real upset right now.
He's real upset because it's a clean sweep. And we're keeping the Kansas City Chiefs in the picks. And say his name and he appears. Jason saying the Chiefs are pretenders. Jason, you're a pretender. You You messed up my Thursday night pick last night. How dare you?
Hey, who did he pick Thursday? Who did he pick?
No.
He picked the Broncos.
They come back. They come back and won, man. I was like, whoa. And no, I was not watching that game while I was recording Quick Hits. I called that beforehand. I called that.
Dude, they led 21-13 after the first half, and then all of a sudden the Chargers came back and outscored the Broncos, 21-6 in the second half? And I was just like, I was sick to my stomach, man.
It was the free kick. The free kick got them going, man, in the half.
Nice. Alan saying, what's up? And nice of you to show up at the office. Yep, I'm here. Who knows how long I'll be here? Who knows? We'll see. We'll get a new studio. And yes, you are jinxed. So don't jinx this next pick when we predict this following game. It is actually probably not the most exciting game, but it is the debut of one Michael Penix Jr. against Austin's and Jason's New York Giants. Now, Austin, I'll let you pick this last. I want to hear some unbiased takes first, including Shannon, podcast committee. Does Michael Penix get it done this weekend?
Man, why you got to give me the stinker game and everything like that, man? Why man, you give a good game, you give Austin a good game. You're like, hey, this stinker. That's how it is. I get it. But that's fine. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. I'm sorry to you, Austin. You cool. It was cool meeting you and everything. It was cool meeting you. You know, Jason, you my boy. But, you know, Michael Penix, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan at 56 years old, doesn't matter. Give me Atlanta. And bad Kirk Cousins not playing. I made a boo-boo on Quick Hits, and I even put it in there. I said good Kirk Cousins would show up. Kirk Cousins ain't even playing. So that's how much I pay attention. So Michael Penix Jr. is going to come in there. He's going to have a good game. It's going to be a little bit sputtery because he's getting started. But give me Atlanta in this game and give me about maybe 10 points.
I mean, I can't help but notice you were listing off all the historic Michaels, and you never once mentioned Michael Davis. But I digress. Cody, your turn. This is your chance to say Michael Davis.
Well, Michael, the reason why Shannon didn't say your name is because your career is not over yet. The Michaels that he listed, their careers are long over. You got a lot of work to do, so you can't get out of it that easily.
Thank you. Especially Michael Jackson. His
100, yeah. And you guys look almost identical, so it works. But here's what I'll say.
Pick the game.
Here's what I'll say. So, Austin, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, man. As a Raiders fan, as Michael had mentioned, dude, we're fighting for this first overall pick right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that the Giants do win. I really want to pick you guys. And also, my wife is a Giants fan. So, of course, I'd like for her to get her team to win. However, I don't think Michael Penix is going to mop the floor with the Giants. That'd be a disrespect to an NFL team who can very much, compete. But I think with the Falcons, they just have a really good defense. And if anything, I think this is where the defense is probably going to bail out Michael Penix a lot. And I just don't think that the Giants even have an offense that's going to compete very well against the Falcons. So I'm going with the Falcons just based on the Giants have a lot of work to do. Clearly, this is a season where they're not going in the right direction quite yet. And this is just, we got to get through this season to get to the draft. So that way, we can plan ahead. And I say that with tender love and care because of being a Raiders fan.
He says it with tender love and care. Austin, are you believing in your team to get it done?
Hell no. I don't have an ounce of faith that they're going to come out there and score more than they'll score 13 points. That's the most typical Giants score. They'll lose 17 to 13, 17 to 10. And that'll be another day at the office with them. I hope, just like Jason was talking about in the chat, I hope they don't win. We're shooting for that number 1 overall pick. At this point, we have bought into the tank, and I'm about the tank. So, yeah, I'm absolutely picking the Falcons. I hope Penix goes out and throws for 405 tutties for all I care. We have so many holes on that team. I mean, from the line to the quarterback to defense, numerous defensive, besides interior defensive line. And I'm a big believer of some of our receivers and Tracy, our running back. Other than that, they're terrible. I mean, the team is terrible. So So yeah, no, 100%. I'm hammering the Falcons. If I had a parlay, that would be my absolute lock. Like Cody said, the Falcons defense, very solid, very good team. It's kept them in a lot of games. And Drew Lock or DeVito, it don't matter who it is. You might as well put me out there. The game's going to end the same way, and that's with a big fat L.
Austin ready to take this L. So is that a clean sweep? We all believe Atlanta's going to win.
Yeah.
Give me the Falcons. Yeah.
Yep.
Now this is perfect because every time a panel picks the same team, that team loses. So that would also hurt the Giants' chances. So I'm not going to mess with that jinx. I'm going to say the Atlanta Falcons win. I don't know if it's going to be because of Michael Penix. They really do need to rely on Bijan Robinson. Like that is how your offense is going to go. And Raheem Morris, I didn't like the hire. I didn't like the hire over the offseason. I thought it was the worst hire when it came to head coaches in the NFL. He didn't have a good record when he was with Tampa several years back. But, man, just run the ball like the Philadelphia Eagles have been doing with Saquon Barkley, who's trying to get the MVP. Saquon and the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Washington Commanders. Austin, I know you and I are really upset about this because it's just not going well for us as Cowboys or Giants fans because these two teams these two teams are fighting for our division. Austin, how do you see this one ending up?
We're fighting for the shitter bowl of the division, to be just frank. I mean, it is I'm gonna be honest, it's been hard. It's been a hard year to just watch football as a Giants fan. I just had to say that. I don't even know what you were saying, Michael. I'm so sorry. I've spaced out.
Commanders or Eagles? Who you got?
Okay, yeah. Give me the Commanders. I think I'm a big believer of. I don't know, actually, man. You know what? Give me the Eagles. I hate the Eagles more than probably anything, but give me the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is going to come out, have a masterclass, have 3 tush-push touchdowns, and yeah, they're gonna ride it out. Give me the Eagles. I'm sitting here. I'm festering in that Giants conversation.
He's pretty upset. Cody, who do you see win this game? Because this could be big.
You know what? A lot of implications on this. As what we've talked about last night, though, when we recorded, I think I'd have to side with the Eagles. Look, as much as I want to believe in the Commanders, and the Eagles have one win already over the Commanders, and normally in divisional play, you split more often than not. But the Eagles are running hot right now. You have Saquon Barkley. The Eagles are trying to now force feed the ball to A.J. Brown, and who knows with Devonta Smith if they're going to get him involved a little bit more. But I'm going to go with the Eagles on this one. I think the Commanders would, Jaden Daniels, a rookie. I don't know if he's going to be up for the challenge of this playoff push. And Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, I just think they just have more to play for. And I think that they're just poised to get themselves into a momentum situation where they're going to run the tables. That's what I think. And, I bet Austin would wish that they just tie and be done with it. But, if you want someone to be sorry with you, believe me, as a Raiders fan, there's 3 of the 4 teams in the division are potential playoff teams, and the Raiders aren't one of them. So I feel you, man.
Well, Shannon, are you going to be the guy who takes the Commanders, or is this game going to be commanded by the Eagles?
Okay, before I answer it right here, backtracking on everything, sorry about that. Deontay Johnson didn't do a daggum thing in Baltimore. Baltimore ain't missing nothing. He's that kid that pretty much got the A in the group project and didn't do a daggum thing. So that's cool. And also, too, I am going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I want Saquon Barkley to win the MVP this year and break this daggum drought of every quarterback winning the MVP. Please give that man the MVP and get that single season rushing record. Justice Genty, thank you very much. And also, too, you cannot tell me that Michael Davis looks like this man right here. Ain't no way. So
what are you talking about? Identical.
Spitting image.
What are you talking about?
Spitting image.
Separated at birth, in fact. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. I got a record collection like nobody's business right here, man. So I had to do it. I couldn't do this.
Maybe in the later part of the career more so, but definitely I can still see it then.
Yep.
I still can't believe we let Saquon walk, though. I mean, here he is having
Right?
an MVP year, and we
Man.
picked Daniel Jones.
Talk about the biggest
Danny
bird
Dimes.
in all of sports. The biggest bird in all of sports. That man won the Super Bowl. You want to talk about a double bird. Wins the MVP in the Super Bowl, that'd be the biggest double bird in all.
It's a triple bird because he's wearing a bird jersey.
Yeah, I was charm, you feel me? So you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
a triple birdie.
I would suck so bad.
Shannon, I'm not going to lie, bro. As soon as you pulled out the Michael Jackson thing, I totally forgot who you picked on this game.
Oh, I got Philadelphia. I got Philly Phil.
He got Philly, so I've been going back and forth on this really all day, especially after doing Drew Code Sports Talk with Cody over on his YouTube channel. I think teams, if they get like a long winning streak, it's easy to get complacent, especially in a division game where they know you. I think that the Washington Commanders have a chance, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the Washington Commanders. Philly's won 10 straight. They're red hot. Everybody's believing their hype. And I think that Dan Quinn can outcoach Nick Sirianni and help the Commanders win this game. Scary Terry's going to have the game of his life and show these rookie corners that they are still rookie corners, but a veteran wide receiver like Terry McLaurin can help this team. So I'm going to be lone wolf. It worked for me last week. So I'm going to go ahead and Mike's best album. I'm sure he's talking about me. You know, my best album is Out of Pocket, right? A couple Drop the Mic episodes. Off the wall. Guys, it's always a great time hanging out with y'all. I'm glad we finally got all four of us together. Next game we have is, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We got the Jags. We got Cody's Raiders. And this is basically for the number one pick if it's not the Giants. So, Shannon, I'm going to let you have this one first, having your Bay Area guys. And I'm going to give you a pooey game to start out with again.
Another one, man. Come on, man.
Like DJ Khaled, another one.
I mean, come on, man. You got to do me like this, man, for real. Easy squeezy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going with the Raiders in this one right here. I love the tight end. I love the rookie tight end for the Raiders. I love that guy. That man is nasty. He is a good ball player right there. He is the only, I would probably say, it's a three-way for the MVP. For the Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's a three-way for them. But you got to give credit where credit is due. That man had, two different quarterbacks, and he's still catching all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Get that man that Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. He deserves it, and it's bad for him. It hurts. But give me the Raiders, because Jacksonville is a mass unit right now. Give me the Raiders. And please, Antonio Pierce is a good coach. It sucks that he got what he got. And the Raiders probably going to get rid of that man just for that. And it sucks, man. But give me the Raiders. Raiders.
Hey, Shan's got the Raiders. Jason, as a Giants fan, is saying, go Raiders. I'm sure he has ulterior motives. Austin, do you agree with Jason? And do the Raiders actually pull this one out?
I definitely do agree with Jason that I want the Raiders to win. Now, as far as pulling it out, I'm not quite sure. I think they end up will. I think they have more talent on the team than Jacksonville does. The Jaguars are a dumpster fire. You pay Trevor all this money, and the season, it's been awful. It's honestly the only way to put it. But I do hope the Raiders win, and I do think they will. Brock Bowers is disgusting. Jacoby Myers, big fan of him. Even after they traded Devontae Adams, I was electric for Jacoby Myers. I think he's a good wide receiver. But yeah, as long as it helps the Giants, I don't really care what happens. Personally, if both, I don't think a tie would help us actually. So I hope the Raiders win. Honestly, I thought there couldn't be a game worse than the Panthers Giants in Germany, and then here's this. So this is bad. I will not be. This will be a nap.
Well, at least that game, this game, you can watch the Patriots Bills, you can watch the Vikings Seahawks at the same time. That Panthers Giants game, that was the only game you could watch. So that's even more incentive if you're on the East Coast to go to church instead. Cody, you think your Raiders can pull this out? So far, we got a clean sweep on the panel.
There's not going to be a clean sweep. Look, as much as I love that you guys are rooting for the Raiders, tongue in cheek, I will say, just because I get it, like they should have the more talent, and I agree. But let's be honest, they could have beaten the Falcons. The Falcons were putrid, and if we're in agreement right now, the Falcons are better than the Jaguars in not only wins and losses, but roster-wise. And the Raiders still lost when they had an opportunity. Brock Bowers is a beast. No doubt. Best pick that we were able to do in the first round in quite some time. However, AOC is the best out of the three quarterbacks we ran with most of the season, and that's not saying a ton. And as much as I want to root for the Raiders, I don't want them to win. Jaguars, this is your opportunity to come into Las Vegas, flood the stadium, treat it as a home game, give the Jaguar fans something to root for so that way you can win. We need this number one pick. Giants fans, no hard feelings, but move away from Shedeur Sanders. He belongs to us. So move along and give me the Jaguars in this one. And in podcast committee, I totally agree. AP does not deserve the type of criticism he's been getting for this season. But let's just also call a spade a spade. The Raiders have a bad offensive coaching going on right now. We have a whole roster that needs to be kind of taken apart, building around Brock Bowers and also our starting guard, who's also a rookie, who's very good. We need this game to be a loss. That's what we need. And give me the Jaguars.
Good luck. Good luck.
So I'm seeing Austin and Cody are picking with their heart in just the weirdest kinds of ways, predicting against their own team. Cody, I'm sorry. This is going to your Vegas Raiders. And if nothing else, it's for the benefit and the good of my fantasy football team. With Jacoby Myers, I need you to win. I need you to hang 25, 30 points. I need it for my fantasy football team. So if you can do that, I did like when Devontae moved because Jacoby could be the full number one. So yeah, I'm sticking with Vegas with this game. And then the other one we mentioned a couple minutes ago, the Minnesota Vikings on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. That is going to be a game of itself. Shannon, you hate the Seahawks as a 49ers guy, but can they beat Minnesota?
No, they cannot. And that is not because I'm going with my heart. I will say that Geno Smith has exceeded expectations this year and the year before. And I got to give credit where credit's due with that one, but I think that Minnesota tough, man. Minnesota is too tough. Sam Darnold having a second childhood out there. He finally got a team. They gonna be they good with him, and he's actually got time to throw the ball. That poor man ain't running for his life. He's got a franchise receiver. It's amazing what happens when that happens right there. But you know what makes me kind of mad about this whole thing is that one Brock Purdy gets cut down for having all of that, but Sam Darnold gets hallowed, and oh my God, and Sam Darnold, we knew it. You didn't think that about that, man. Y'all was throwing the baby out with the bathwater with that, man. Y'all shut your mouth with that. That gets on my nerves. You better stop it. But I'm taking Minnesota, though. But y'all better stop it. You better quit it.
Shannon, that sounded personal.
It did. It is personal. Man, I'm mad about it, man. It's personal. And you know what? Just for that, I hope they lose the NFC. I hope they do. I hope they go to the title game and lose. That'll make my day.
Well, it sounded personal to Shannon. Cody, is this personal to you? Who do you have?
No, I've got the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are just gonna wallop all over the Seahawks. I don't trust their defense. No, everybody can win now in Seattle. It is not the 12-man anymore. It is now it's a nice place to go to. It's good weather, and it's a great place to watch a team lose at home. So give me Minnesota. They got too many weapons. Brian Flores is going to absolutely confuse Geno Smith. So give me the Vikings.
Austin, is that a clean sweep for us?
Yeah, give me the Vikings too. Like Shannon was saying, I like Geno Smith. He is one of the best game managing quarterbacks in the league. The Seahawks are an interesting case to me. they beat the teams that they should beat, but they typically lose the games they should lose. And this is a game that they should lose. Like I said, he manages the game well, but he can't give you what is needed to beat a team like the Vikings. Sam Darnold is in his Renaissance era, and I love to see it. I hope the Vikings absolutely steamroll him, and I hope Jordan Addison drops a 40 bomb for my fantasy team. So,
if he doesn't get DUI the night before, but I'll digress on that.
Whoa, Michael, whoa!
I'm just saying.
It's a substance abuse problem, sir. You leave him alone, okay?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree. Like Seattle, the fact that they could have a losing record at home, this isn't the Legion of Boom that we grew up on. Like this is mid. Seattle 8-6, but they're 3-5 at home. Geno Smith, 14 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Their run game sometimes good, sometimes bad, but Sam Darnold, again, having a revenge. He should be considered for comeback player of the year. He should have a legitimate consideration. Shannon, I did throw out the baby and the bathwater. And
we all did.
If the baby had a twin, I would have thrown that out too.
We all did. Everybody did. We all did. I laughed, and I feel bad, man. I mean, I got to find that lady at Coach's and tell her that I was wrong. She was telling me how Minnesota's going to be so good this year. I'm sitting back here like, what is this lady drinking? What is going on up in here? But
now, it wasn't a strong enough drink. She was actually right.
She knew ball. She knows ball.
And I got to eat crow, and that's not good.
Man, you should have gotten her contact info. I would bring her on Out of Pocket instead of you because she knows ball.
Pretty much. I mean, you're probably right.
But I got Minnesota, and then that all leads to the Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We always predict the Sunday Night Football games, and Shannon's going night-night, I'm assuming. So I'm going to start with somebody who doesn't hate the Cowboys as much, Cody from Drew Code Sports Talk. Again, if you guys haven't watched that episode where I was on earlier today, that is entirely worth a watch because it was entirely worth the conversation. And who knows, I'll probably be having trouble falling asleep tonight. And I'm like, you know what? I want to listen to my voice and Cody's too. And I'll listen to that video. But Cody, Buccaneers, Cowboys, hopefully I burred you up enough to make the right decision.
Michael, I hate to tell you this, but I am actually a closeted Cowboys hater. And I'm so sorry. I just haven't come out and expressed it fully yet. I respect you a ton. Can't say the same for the Cowboys. So I'm going with the Buccaneers. Come on. They are in a position right now to take the South. And you and I talked about this. So I know that you are realistic about Cowboys expectations. Nothing would be more heartbreaking for your Cowboys to win, have that little glimmer of hope to get into the playoffs, and then to lose to your divisional opponents the rest of the season. So I know you truthfully want to choose the Buccaneers, and I'm going to do it for you. So I'm going Buccaneers. And Michael, I say this with love, admiration, tons of respect. I'm going with the Buccaneers, my friend.
Shannon, just go ahead and pick this game.
Cody, man, I like you. I like you, man. For real. I really do.
Oh, Michael, and I do want to acknowledge you, though, sir. I will acknowledge you.
That was Uzi.
I knew I liked you, Cody. I knew I did. I mean, for real. I knew I liked you, man. For real. That was beautiful, man. I'm very, that does my heart good. For someone who has despised the Cowboys since he was in the womb. So, and by the way, my mom's birthday is on Sunday. She's gonna be watching the Toilet Bowl game with Arizona and Carolina live with my pops. With that being said, Bucks gonna kill them. They gonna eat them, and the Bucks are going to win the South like I said that they would. There's gonna be a repeat winner, which is surprising. I know that everyone in the NFC South is like, "What happened?" But it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a repeat for the Bucks, and they're gonna start with the Cowboys. Sorry about that, Mike, but not sorry.
All right, Austin, just get over with.
Cody and Shannon know ball. That's all I got to say. I have been a Cowboys hater since before I was even in my mama's womb. I was swimming around in my daddy's still when I was hating on the Cowboys. And so I'll go ahead and tell you, the Bucks are going to come out and wear it out. Mike Evans has got to get his 1,000-yard season. I project him to go for over 100. Easy. That's easy money. Cowboys defense getting cooked. But I hope the game's close. I hope it's so close that it gives Michael all the hope in the world. And then I hope they blow it and it just crushes his little soul. You said he was reasonable, Cody. When it comes to Cowboys, I've never met a more delusional fan than Michael Davis. So I hope they keep it close. Heck, a part of me honestly wants them to win it, so you just have some more hope and it gets crushed because I hate the Cowboys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Around the corner is the Commanders and the Eagles, and that's their way to get into the playoffs. And do we trust that they can do it? Oh no, Michael, did you pick yet? Have you picked yet, Michael? Who are you going with?
You can wear this dartboard right here, though, man, if you want to.
There you go.
All take turns, just throwing darts at you, man, because this is what you're going. This is you all day long. This is you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. All you had to say was, "Hey, I think the Buccaneers will win by like 6, by 3, by 20." Who knows? Y'all didn't have to go after me personally.
I'm so sorry. I thought you wanted the expertise part of it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say all that.
Okay.
I was giving good analysis.
It's just a little personal. That wasn't very oozy. Okay. But gosh, that hurt. That hurt. Like a huge part of me wants to take Dallas because you guys got my blood boiling.
You can choose them. It's totally fine. You can. It's okay.
Yeah, choose them.
Do it. Say it.
I mean, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn. They might win it,
Now that's scary. If Commanders win a game, Dallas would be eliminated. So Commanders have to lose out for that to happen.
And I think you picked the Commanders today, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a tough predicament we're in right now.
Whoa.
Cody, you're not
pick
fun,
your poison. You pick your poison today, man.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm having fun. I'm not trying to make you feel any worse. I just was remembering that just a minute ago.
And we love you, man. We couldn't do this if we didn't love you.
We do love you, Michael. Good stuff.
Yeah. Over under the camera showing Jerry's sad face during the game. He might drop an F-bomb or two through this.
Camera, though.
I said this on Dad and the Boys. Mac probably isn't happy about this, but I would go ahead and say it'll be tough. It'll be really tough to beat Tampa Bay. Dallas isn't great at home this year. I don't know what happened. And they are playing good ball, but, I mean, we're just starting to sit guys. Like Trayvon's out, Zach Martin's out, DeMarcus Lawrence is out. I feel like I'm missing DeMarvion Overshone's out. I feel like I'm missing like 6 different people who were like all pro players who are just not playing in this game. And that's what happens when you have Amani Aruarie who decides to, hey, let me touch this punt and decide to give it back to Cincinnati and ruin any hope because Dallas will have won 4 straight. You can only substitute so many guys. So I'm going to let it be a clean sweep on the panel. I'll do Tampa as well, but it's not because I hate the Cowboys. It's because I'm realistic, like Cody mentioned.
I'm going to be honest. I know what happened to the Cowboys at home. The sun's what happened.
Oh, yeah. God, don't you just hate it when you build a stadium and it's on the wrong side of the sun? Gosh, it happens to me all the time.
That's enough out of pocket for today. Y'all have all been out of pocket. Guys, I appreciate y'all so much. I'm going to sign these guys off. Austin, through Sniz Fantasy Football, they have an Instagram account, and you'll probably see a little bit more Austin here very soon. You got Shannon with Quick Hits, podcast_submitty. He dropped his Quick Hits episode today, and then Cody dropped Drew Code Sports Talk. It's his own YouTube channel. I was a guest on it and had an absolute blast, so I appreciate it. All right, Jason, this is too much.
The perfect song.
All right, guys, this has been Out of Pocket. We'll be back on Monday. Also, stay tuned to the Boom Broadcasting schedule and our social medias because we will have an altered schedule because of Christmas. So want to make that known. We probably won't be doing a Christmas Eve episode, so we'll keep you updated on what we have there. Love you too, Jason. Sometimes Boom Broadcasting. Let's go, in the words of Jason himself. But for myself, Michael Davis, Shannon Smith, Austin Summers, and Cody Johnson, this has been Out Pocket on Boom Broadcasting. We'll see you guys next week.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it. Thank you very much.